Were Chelsea as bad as everyone is making out? And when I say everyone, I'm talking about pundits. I'm talking about neutral football fans that watched the game in amazement the other night against Tottenham. Were we really as bad as what the general consensus appears to be? It even includes some Chelsea fans out there saying the same sort of thing. Disappointing, embarrassing performance and things like that. Or was it a fact that we got 3 points against Tottenham, who were unbeaten? They were top of the league before the weekend's fixtures. Everyone had backed Tottenham to beat Chelsea. And let's face it, after 15 minutes of that game, we were struggling. We had a real problem down our right-hand side, Tottenham's left. Reece James with a 2-on-1 situation, Cole Palmer not tracking back. Tottenham were dominating us, and it all changed. Now, is another question valid that I'm going to ask here? Should we get more credit than what we actually received from Monday? Now, as I said, a lot of Chelsea fans were saying it was embarrassing. What I will say is it doesn't matter if you're playing against 11 players, if you're playing against 10. We were playing against 9. And what they did is they lined up 6 defenders along their back line. Yes, they squeezed up. And yes, our passing, probably 25% of the time, was spot on. The rest of the time was just woeful, and I acknowledge that before anybody else makes any other comments. Passing needs to be better, and they needed to come up with more of an idea quicker. But eventually they did, and we got the result. But playing against a defensive line of 6 is always going to be difficult when you get into that final third, no matter if you're playing against 11, as I said. A team has 2 players sent off, lack of discipline. They made defensive mistakes. Yes, we did too, and yes, we could have conceded goals. But we didn't, and that was the most important thing to remember. Getting thumped 4-1 on their home turf when everyone expected them to win, how is it that they can come off that pitch with loads of plaudits? The only reason they were getting loads of plaudits was because they were playing this high-pressing line, which is something completely different to what any of us would have expected. The pundits, Jamie Carragher was almost wetting himself over the situation. If they sat deep and invited Chelsea onto them, then it might have been a different story. It might have been the fact that Chelsea opened them up easily. We might have struggled. You never know. But the overall consensus that I feel is that Chelsea won the game, did a job on Tottenham, started slow, but then got a foothold in midfield and began to create our chances and caused them loads of problems before the sending off. And we don't get enough credit for it. And yes, we huffed and puffed. As I already said, the passing wasn't great when they were squeezing up, just trying to find the right ball. Thank God for Cucurella to say, do you know what? I'm going to make a run from 20 yards inside my own half. You lob it over the top to me, because he then gave more of an idea to everybody else. Conor Gallagher, Sterling holding off their run. So we got the 3 points. And if anyone had offered you as a Chelsea fan 3 points, no matter how they came, before that game kicked off, you would have bitten their hand off to take it. So I don't get why people are saying it was such a poor, embarrassing performance. You play it against the team you're playing, whether that's 11, 10, 9, 8, doesn't matter. You got to get the job done, and we huffed and puffed, but we did it. We did it. We played well, much better against the likes of the Arsenal and against Liverpool, granted, but we ground out the right result. A 4-1 win. Our goal difference is now pushed up. We've now got ourselves up to top half of the Premier League with more important games coming up. And I just want to know, is this whole reaction about Chelsea just over the top, way off the mark, or is it correct in your eyes as a Chelsea or a football fan watching this particular video? Now, the second part of this video, I want to talk about the fact that we're going to go to Man City at the weekend. And it's another game where Chelsea will be completely written off against Man City. Man City, high-flying, treble-winning Man City, fresh for becoming European champions for the first time. We've done it twice. They've only done it once. And everyone's loving what they're doing at the moment. It seems that Pep can do no wrong. Someone comes out the team, they put somebody else in, and it's just seamless. And they're like a bit of a machine at the minute. And with Erling Haaland up front, banging goals in left, right and centre, Chelsea will be written off big time in this game on Sunday. Now, I'm all right with that. I've always been all right with Chelsea being written off. And I keep saying, and I said 2 days before the Tottenham game, if you look on my channel, do not write Chelsea off against Tottenham. And believe it or not, I'm going to say the same thing against Man City. Now, I was confident against Tottenham that we could cause them loads of problems. Man City's a different story. But the only reason that I believe we've got a chance against Man City is because they rely a lot on Rodri in the middle of midfield. If you take Rodri out the game, you've pretty much got free rein to attack their back four, their two centre-backs, because Rodri does a lot of the groundwork. Yes, he might have people alongside him, whoever that is, Bernardo Silva, if it's Kovacic against his old team, or whoever. But Rodri's the key. Think back to the Champions League final. He didn't start, nor did Fernandinho, and everyone was shocked by it. And Man City got found out, considered the goal in the first half, and we all know what happened. In fact, the shirt and the image is there, along with the one from Munich. Anyway, and the new shirt, by the way. Anyway, Rodri is key to Man City. He's absolute key to them. And if we can bypass Rodri with our midfield three on the weekend, then Chelsea have got a massive opportunity against Man City because their centre-backs are good. I mean, Diaz is obviously the best centre-back they got. John Stones, will he play next to him? Will he step into midfield and do what Guardiola does with his defenders, ask them to get into midfield positions? If Chelsea can keep their defensive shape and their discipline, if we can start to dominate the game in the midfield, which we should be overrunning against their midfield because they normally play a 2 and we normally play a 3. And just when I say that, think of the graft that we've got in our midfield now. Casido, Enzo, Conor Gallagher. We've got absolute grafters and workhorses in the middle of that midfield that love a challenge, love to press, and can turn the game the other way. And then it comes to Cole Palmer. Now, a lot of people can't quite believe the fact that Cole Palmer signed for Chelsea and Man City let him come to us. I still think there's something in that deal long term that's going to benefit City, whether it's a buyback clause, whether it's like a big hefty, percentage of what the sell-on's going to be. But Cole Palmer will have a point to prove, along with Raheem Sterling to a point, because Sterling was let go, wasn't he, by Man City, and Haaland come in. I mean, what a decision that was. But for Cole Palmer, it's his first opportunity to play against Man City. And the way he's been performing for Chelsea has been outstanding, absolutely outstanding. I don't need to tell you again what my feelings about Cole Palmer is. I still think that he is the first since Cesc Fabregas that we've had naturally, that's got a natural instinct and a God-given talent to open a door. And he could be vital for us against Man City. Now, he might be nervous. He might go, just get too excited. But once he calms down, and he's got that type of a temperament, once Cole Palmer calms down and just plays his natural football, we got a chance. If we can get behind Rodri, if we can get Cole Palmer involved in that, in the number 10, or a little bit of pocket of space between the fullbacks, the centre-backs and the midfield on that side, then we've got joy. With Raheem Sterling at his pace, he needs to be up for this game. He needs to be on it. And then you've got Mudryk that can come in, Madueke can come in. We have got options again, people. Now, let's not make any bones about it. It's going to be difficult. Man City, as I said, are a well-oiled machine. They're just an outstanding football team, the best football team in world football as it is. And we've got a job on. But they're not invincible. They're not infallible. They're not a team that has got no weaknesses whatsoever. And I think if we can focus on that right-hand side when we've got possession, with Cole Palmer up against whether it's going to be Aki or whoever else on that left-hand side, and stay away from Kyle Walker because he'll be up against Sterling. And what a pacey battle that's going to be, by the way, if Sterling plays on the left. But with Reece James and Cole Palmer down that side, as long as Palmer gets back and tracks back and helps him, because he can't be isolated like he was against Tottenham in that opening 15 minutes, then Chelsea have got an opportunity. And I just hope that we can deliver another good performance against another good side and get some sort of result. Right now, I'll take a draw. You'll take a draw. But anything else other than that is just a massive, massive bonus. But I say a bonus, but we've got it in ourselves. Now, all these doom and gloomers around YouTube, all these doom and gloomers in the Chelsea faithful, I get to a point where you're a little bit like that because you probably only ever know the fact that Chelsea have been successful. There's people like myself that have been here a long time, since 1980, 43 years I've been supporting Chelsea. Second division, electric fences. I've seen it all. And there are times at this football club that are far worse than what you're witnessing or have seen over the last few seasons, where you're all going balmy and you're all going mad and because you're all spoilt with success. You need to look back at where we were, what our dreams were, and get a sense of perspective before you start all this nonsense. So, get behind the football team, get behind the players, get behind the manager, because slowly this is beginning to come together. Over time, game by game, week by week, we're going to get better, we're going to improve, people are going to come back from injuries, we're going to get stronger, and towards the end of the season, this Chelsea team will look very different to what it looks like right now, and hopefully pushing for a European place. So, I'm going to say it again, you'll be a fool to write Chelsea off, because on our day, we can just shock the world. We've done it numerous times before, and I'm sure we'll do it again. We've got to be defensively disciplined. We have to make sure that we sit tight and compact in the middle of midfield. But if we can turn Rodri and get the other side of him, between him and his defensive line, and play against them centre-backs in the middle and on the right-hand side of our attack with Cole Palmer, Chelsea will have joy in this game. Believe me, we'll have joy in this game. Just got to keep tight defensive areas. That's it from me, people. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Questions first in the video about the Tottenham game and the reaction. And obviously the Man City, looking forward to that. Now, I'm away the weekend and I'm coming back on Sunday, early afternoon, and hopefully I can swing it with wifey that I can do the commentary, because it's another massive, massive game. So look out for that on the channel. As I say, I'm going to be out drinking tomorrow, Saturday, back on Sunday, so there'll be no videos until then. So hopefully you're going to enjoy it anyway. You'll enjoy this particular video. Take a look around the live commentary I did the other day. If you've never seen it before, it's actual ball-by-ball commentary. And just have a look at other videos on the channel. And I really, really appreciate your time. If you're not a subscriber, if you're not, then maybe hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you don't miss one of my videos. And also smash the like button for me. I really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. Have a good Friday, Saturday. And hopefully I'll see you guys all back here on Sunday when we look for Chelsea to rock the world and upset the apple cart once again. Thanks for watching. See you soon.